My wealthy uncle took me in after my parents abandoned me at 13. 15 years later, they showed up smirking at the will. Reading expecting millions, until my uncle's lawyer exposed the truth and left them pale. Hey Reddit, so here's the deal. My parents ditched me when I was a kid, and the only one who stepped up was my uncle. Fast forward years later. I've got my own life, my own business, and I thought I was done with them. Turns out they had other plans. Let's just say things got messy. People always assume when parents abandon their kid, it must come with some dramatic fight or a screaming match. For me, it was just a cold Tuesday morning when I woke up to an empty apartment and a note on the counter. Up until then, my life looked average. I was Eli, 13 years old, only kid, living with my parents. Dad ran a small used car lot a few blocks away. If you've ever driven past one of those places with the inflatable tube man flapping around, that was basically his empire. He thought he was some business kingpin, but really, half the time he was rolling the dice at casinos instead of rolling cars off the lot. Mom ran a daycare from the apartment. She kept it afloat for a while, but when her depression got bad, parents stopped bringing their kids. Word spreads fast when the sitter cancels 3 days in a row. At first, we seemed like a normal family. We had Friday movie nights with microwave popcorn, camping trips in this beat-up tent that leaked if it rained, and cinnamon rolls on Christmas morning. Nothing fancy, but it was ours. Then cracks started showing. I'd hear them arguing late at night. Dad would come home later and later, always smelling like stale smoke and grease instead of dealership floor polish. Mom spent more time in bed with the blinds closed. I'd ask about groceries, and she'd snap at me to make do with cereal or whatever scraps we had. Dad promised he'd turn it around every week. Promises were his favorite currency, cheap and easy to spend. I tried to keep things steady, kept my grades up, cleaned the place without being asked, didn't complain about wearing the same shoes until the soles almost wore through. I figured if I was perfect enough, they'd notice and get it together. But kids don't fix adults, and I learned that the hard way. The day it all snapped, I woke up late. No one shook me for school. The apartment was dead quiet. Too quiet. Their bedroom door was wide open, which was weird because Mom always shut it during her bad days. I peeked inside, and half the closet was empty. Drawers pulled out, socks and random junk left behind. On the counter in the kitchen, there was a note in Mom's handwriting. Eli, we cannot do this anymore. Your Uncle Victor will take care of you. We are sorry. 16 words. That was it. I called Mom's cell until it went straight to voicemail. Tried Dad's number. Already disconnected. I tore through the place looking for some kind of contact info. An address book. Something. Nothing. Just me, the note, and silence. That night, I stayed up on the couch waiting, staring at the phone like it owed me answers. Day 2, the landlord showed up banging on the door about rent. I told him my parents were away, but he looked at me like